Stegen without pressure. Rakitic on the ball, inside to Busquets. Busquets floating one over the top. Advantage of Black. But when you bear in mind how tough the Atletico defence is, how few goals tend to be scored when Atletico play, that's a real blow to them, as Carrasco does superbly to get away from Piqué, gets into the area, goes down under the challenge from Arturo Vidal, and the referee has no hesitation whatsoever. Simeone complaining. What a run from Carrasco.
Well, it's what we said about Carrasco and Correa. Using these spaces, Arturo Vidal leaves his left leg and he hits Carrasco, so...
Absolutely no argument for that one.
No.
And I don't think VAR will have to take too long to look at it, really. Vidal raising the hand in innocence, but he knows he's been caught. Simeone is annoyed because he's claiming a yellow card. It's going to be Costa, who scored a penalty against Alaves at the weekend. A lot of pressure on him now. Having scored at the other end, can he score at this end? Costa, and it's saved brilliantly by Ter Stegen and put behind by Lenglet and Ivan Rakitic. Wasn't the greatest penalty from Diego Costa, who's looking very, very angry. Although trying to calm down, he knows there's still plenty of time on the clock. What a save from Ter Stegen, but by no means Costa's greatest ever penalty strike.
Not at all. It wasn't a great penalty taken, but somebody got in, or no, Ter Stegen moved before Costa hit the ball.
Yellow card for the Barcelona keeper. Gerard Piqué seems to have a smile on his face. He's off the line.
No feet on the line.
Well, it's a little bit of good fortune. And who's going to take it? Will it be Costa again? Piqué, Rakitic, Alba discussing it with the referee. Leo Messi gets in there too. Sorry, Albert.
Yeah, and referee is still talking to the war room. So I don't know if he has it very, very clear. If he repeats the penalty, is because he was told by the VAR that he had to repeat it, but still talking to them.
Well, Barcelona really crowding the referee, Mr. Hernandez now.
No Costa, Simon.
Looks like Saul, a player with nerves of steel. Piqué and Messi. Messi trying to urge Piqué to leave him to discuss it with the ref. Well, the heel is what? 2 inches off the goal line when Costa strikes the ball.
Yeah, what they consider possibly is that he moved that feet.
Yeah.
Even just inches, but he lifted his feet from the line, from the goal line, and that's why the penalty has to be retaken.
Penalty retaken. It's going to be Saul Niegues to take it. Well, what's going through his head? Saul against Ter Stegen. Can Ter Stegen save it again? No, he can't. He goes the wrong way, and Saul equalises for Atletico. 18 minutes on the clock. Barca 1, Atletico 1.
Well, despite the penalty, Barcelona should analyze how Carrasco got into that position. How was Arturo Vidal the one who had to chase him?
Well, basically because he left Gerard Piqué sitting on the grass, didn't he?
Exactly, yeah.
So questions will be asked about Semedo, I suppose.
Yeah, it's what we said about this this diamond shape in the midfield. Sometimes you leave the defense a little bit unprotected, and well, Atletico, they know how to attack and where to attack, which is in the wide areas, through the flanks, either by the wingers or through the fullbacks. And this is something that Barcelona will have to take care, because now it's been Carrasco, but on the other side can be Correa or Llorente. So the weak areas of Barcelona playing this diamond system is obviously the flanks.
Well, it's just about the best start possible to this one. The game being sold as the last real huge game for Barcelona. If they were to lose, then really Real Madrid would feel superbly positioned. It's a game Setien and his boys must win, especially after dropping those 2 points up in Vigo at the weekend. Free kick to Atletico. Flicked on. There's a chase for Carrasco. Correa was with him, but Semedo got there first, and it'll be a throw-in to Atletico. Griezmann looking on, former Atletico player, of course. And I think if you look at the benches, Albert, obviously we'll discuss this more as the game wears on, but Atletico have such depth on the bench. So many players there they can bring on to make a huge impact if necessary.
Yeah, mainly offensive players.
Yeah.
Morata, Lemar, Vitolo, plenty. João Felix, plenty of them.
Barcelona, really, we're looking at, apart from the youngsters who are brought in, you're looking at Ansu Fati, Braithwaite and Griezmann. So talent there on the Barca bench too, attacking talent. Ter Stegen out to Clement Lenglet. Semedo makes a move to cross the halfway line, forced back by Carrasco. Ivan Rakitic. Busquets. Looked sharp in the early moments, Busquets, as Vidal finds Semedo. Lenglet. Rakitic. Alba outside him, he goes inside to Suarez. It comes to Ricky Puig. Puig forced to run with the ball and return it to Lenglet. Now Gerard Piqué again. There's Messi. Oh, we tried to thread it through to Semedo, but Lodi spotted the danger. Vidal wins it, finds Messi superbly. Messi in the area, tries to go on! So close for Messi, and he knows it. Well, it does look as though Messi is feeling inspired tonight. There's something about him when the big games come up, and Messi pulls on that Barcelona shirt. I mean, that's inches away, and Oblak was beaten. Oblak was a long way away from getting his glove to that.
Yeah, he's 100% on the game. You know, Leo Messi, well, he knows he's possibly the only player who can make Barcelona champion in any of the competitions, so he's very motivated, but watch out with the counters.
It's Llorente. Still Llorente. Waiting to find the best option. Squares it to Partey. Thomas has definitely got a shot from that kind of distance if he can see a gap. Correa need turn. Vidal with the intercept. Correa returning it to Carrasco. Carrasco wide. Lodi's cross is a good one. Costa just forced wide of that by Clement Lenglet. What a fantastic left back Renan Lodi is proving to be. It's a chase for Messi, can't keep this one in though.
But it's very interesting, Simon, what both teams are doing when they're attacking. Despite the shape of the team, when they're attacking, they put most of the players inside and they leave the flank for the fullbacks. Watch out, Rakitic.
Rakitic on the ball, returns it to Messi. Messi stumbles and loses control, and it's Lodi there who finds Carrasco. Now Thomas. Little touch from Costa. The advantage for Clement Lenglet. Messi stays down. Piqué. There's Vidal. Now Semedo. Gets away from Lodi. Quick to get back to his feet after feeling the contact of the Brazilian left-back's boot. Busquets. There's Rakitic. Alba. Inside to Puig, gets very quick and sharp between Puig, Rakitic, Alba and Suarez. Now it's Messi. And it's a fine challenge from Tomas. Carrasco. That long stride of his. Busquets struggling to keep up with him. It's a good ball. Costa. Saul nods it on to Carrasco. It's cut square, nearly fell to Llorente, instead it falls to Vidal. There is Vidal again, Ricky Puig in space. Suarez. It's Jordi Alba. Rakitic to Busquets. Vidal. Now Semedo wandering forward, forced back by Lodi. Langley to Rakitic again. Barcelona looking to just dominate possession for a while. Semedo. Puig makes a run. Semedo returns it to Vidal. Messi comes in. Puig a little touch on to return it to Messi. Gives the impression of knowing exactly what to do, Ricky Puig, as a product of the Barcelona youth system.
It is very good in that, Simon. Even in crowded areas, it is good in holding the ball, in keeping possession. His first touch is excellent. Then
he plays with his head up, Albert, and looks, doesn't he? And that's so
it is very good in that. And he finds the spaces to receive, like now, and then he decides well. Good in holding the ball, he does very keeping possession. His first touch is excellent. Then
he plays with his head up, Albert, and looks, doesn't he? And that's so important.
And he finds the spaces to receive, like now, and then he decides well. You see, he does very well. Possibly the only thing, the pass was not good, but the decision was good. Possibly the only thing is able to do the pressing after losing the ball for 4 or 5 seconds. But if he has to track back someone in a long range, then he has more difficulties. Well, we see in this clash with Messi and Saul.
If you look at the passing stats, it's quite astonishing. But if you looked at the passing stats between Barcelona and Atletico over the last half dozen years or so, that's probably the kind of ratio we'd be looking at. As Thomas Partey drives to the halfway line, tries to link with Llorente. Ter Stegen, calm as you like, chips out. It's Busquets. Semedo to Lionel Messi. Semedo. Messi forced to chase there, and he gets away from Lodi, sliding challenge with ease, almost contemptuous ease. Lodi battling with Vidal, goes down. Vidal frustrated at the length of time it took Hernandez to blow the whistle there.
But what a piece of skill. He's just waiting for him to go on the floor and then just tips it over. It's unbelievable. It seems like he wasn't looking at him, but he was very well. Possibly the only thing, the pass was not good, but the decision was good. Possibly the only thing is able to do the pressing after losing the ball for 4 or 5 seconds. But if he has to track back someone in a long range, then he has more difficulties. Well, we see in this clash with Messi and Saul.
If you look at the passing stats, it's quite astonishing. But if you looked at the passing stats between Barcelona and Atletico over the last half dozen years or so, that's probably the kind of ratio we'd be looking at. As Thomas Partey drives to the halfway line, tries to link with Llorente. Ter Stegen, calm as you like, chips out. It's Busquets. Semedo to Lionel Messi. Semedo. Messi forced to chase there, and he gets away from Lodi, sliding challenge with ease, almost contemptuous ease. Lodi battling with Vidal, goes down. Vidal frustrated at the length of time it took Hernandez to blow the whistle there.
But what a piece of skill. He's just waiting for him to go on the floor and then just tips it over. It's unbelievable. It seems like he wasn't looking at him, but he was, and just waiting for his movement to go down.
I don't think Vidal can have too many complaints about the ref's decision there. Setien looking on. What a tough week it's been for him. Eder Sarabia is number 2 behind him. At the centre of the whirlwind of rumours. Great work from Pudge. He wins the free kick. Saul with the foul. Great opportunity for Ricky Pudge, who we all expected when Quique Setien took over at Barcelona would have more protagonism, and this is about as important as it gets since then.
Well, it is. I think is a good player, quality. It is true that the injury of Frankie de Jong just helped a little bit to just put him in the first 11. But for instance, today I didn't expect him to play. I expect more Vidal and Rakitic in those positions and possibly Griezmann. But he decided that he wanted the control of the ball.
Here's Messi. Side foots it wide. Well, a couple of sighters for Leo Messi. That one a little bit less precise than you might have expected. Good work from Alba, always keen to look for Messi. Messi himself will be disappointed with that one, I think. It's well left by Correa. Now Carrasco. Here's Renan Lodi. Lodi with the outside of his foot, didn't quite connect. Busquets for Barcelona. Suarez making a run, gets a touch to it, but not quite enough to keep the ball in play. Throw into Atletico.
But how clever was Suarez when he saw that Lodi went forward and lost that ball, just immediately just made a diagonal move and asked for the ball exactly in the position where Lodi wasn't there, because he just went forward. So using perfectly the spaces. And it's a cooling break. I was telling you before that when they're attacking, Simon, both teams are putting a lot of players in the middle, and basically they play wide with the fullbacks. But the difference is when Barcelona defends in a diamond shape, it is difficult that the midfielders get to the fullbacks and chase them because they are all in the middle. But Atletico de Madrid, because they're defending with 2 lines of 4, they cover more width, the width of the whole pitch with these 4 players and the same line. So 2 different ways of defending. Barcelona more difficult to be attacked through the middle, but more difficult to defend the flanks and the fullbacks of Atletico.
Well, the camera's following pretty closely Eder Sarabia there, the number 2 to Quique Setien. The accusation is that Leo Messi in particular didn't exactly pay too much attention to him in a cooling break in the game against Celta up in the Banca Balaidos. But I don't know how much you can read into the facial expressions or gestures of players in a moment like this when they're 30 minutes into a half, they're drinking water, they're trying to listen to the coach's instructions as well.
Well, you normally have to listen, Simon. This is the own goal of Costa. But normally what happens is that the first coach normally have more protagonists than the assistant. In this case, it's different because Quique Setien is more a calm coach, and Sarabia is more protagonist. But the players normally they're not used to that, and sometimes it looks strange, the situation. But well, this is how it is. I mean, he's younger and he talks more to the players more than Quique Setien, and the players sometimes they should adapt also to the situations. A different way that I don't know is the way that it talks to players, which obviously I don't know, and don't know if somebody can complain.
Well, early in the season there were comments that his language was a little bit ripe at times, but I mean
in the game against Real Madrid.
Yeah, but that's fairly typical in football in general. Llorente leaves it for Correa, whether he left it or couldn't control it. Correa couldn't get the shot off, and in the end it's collected by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. A smile on the face of Correa there. Here's Busquets. Vidal. Semedo doesn't fancy going forward, returns it to Arturo Vidal. Lenglet. Busquets. Vidal again. Here's Messi. Semedo. Still Vidal. Busquets showing for the ball. Turns. Picks out Rakitic. He's got Alba outside him. Instead he drives it in. It's blocked by Jimenez. Semedo knocks it down for Vidal to chase. He won't get there. Well, just the frenetic rhythm of the game has slowed a bit since the cooling break. So Black takes the short goal kick. This is Felipe. Lodi dropping back. Picks out Carrasco. It was a good header, good idea, looking to set Costa free, but Semedo read the danger. Rakitic hits it straight at Saul. This is Tomas. Now Correa. Arias. Tomas to Saul. Carrasco. There's a confident feeling about the way Atletico are playing this first half as Lodi slides it inside to Costa. Costa plays it wide. Arias into the box. Correa looking to link with Llorente, who wasn't quite as precise as he could have been. It's one straight back though by Arias. Correa trying to twist and turn, the ball falling to the feet of Busquets. Suarez helps it on his way to Leo Messi. Messi goes down and wins a free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card for Saul.
Well, that's a clear yellow card, and
yeah, no argument about that, is there?
Look at the chip of Leo Messi was with his right foot. So you never know what he's gonna do. He's waiting for the reaction of his opponent, and then he reacts opposite. So it's unbelievable.
Lenglet to Rakitic, supported by Alba. Puig, really bullied there by Thomas Partey. He did well to get the pass off. Busquets finds Messi, lovely control. And Carrasco does well, it'll be a Barcelona throw. Messi takes it, finds Arturo Vidal. It comes to Messi. It's well blocked by Lodi. And finally it'll be a throw in to Atletico Madrid. Well, it's a fascinating spectacle out there, I bet, because as we often say when these two teams face each other, you couldn't have two more different approaches to football, really, but both attractive in their own way and both successful in their own way.
Yeah, exactly, and it's fair to say that Atletico, we've seen them trying to play more football. What it means with that having Costa or Morata, normally when they got the ball back, possibly a few months ago, they just look for the striker straight away with a long ball to hold it and play the ball back. Now when they have the ball, instead of that, they try to pass the ball to each other, to associate in the midfield, to put 3 or 4 passes in a row. So basically to take that ball forward in a different way. And this is something that we've been asking and demanding of Atletico de Madrid and Simeone. And it looks like at the end they just there's something else to add to the fantastic football.
Lovely reception of the ball and turn from Diego Costa there, as Atletico seek to get on the front foot. This is Llorente, Carrasco, and also Lodi. Lodi leaves it for Yannick Carrasco, who still has the option of the Brazilian outside him. Costa inside, finds Llorente trying to get away from Semedo. Rakitic in with a firm challenge, and the loose ball collected by Ter Stegen, who's very quick to look for an option to release it, but can't see one, and plays it short to Arturo Vidal.
But what's Barcelona doing very well also, when they lose the ball, they reacted quick, and they just basically press very fast in these 3 or 4 seconds after losing it. And then even if the fullbacks of Atletico Madrid are going forward and they are off number, they track back very, very quick. It's something that they didn't do in the last games, and today at the moment that they lose the ball, they press or they drop, and they never out of number and they never in problems in the counter-attack. So they all react very quick and defend it very quick.
Rakitic for Barcelona, Jordi Alba. Alba's cross, and it's dealt with by Felipe, but Vidal was lurking. Atletico get it away, only as far as Gerard Piqué. Busquets again. Oh, he loses out, but Llorente unable to hold on to it once he'd stolen it. Here's Semedo. Turns inside Carrasco, finds Messi. Puig. Vidal, back to Messi, who I think's trying to link up with Nelson Semedo, who was routed to the spot. Jana Black with the ball. There's Lodi. Bundled over by Arturo Vidal. Punches the grass in anger. Physical approach to the game from the Chilean. Messi and Suarez particularly appreciate him, don't they? Because he does do a lot of the dirty work.
Well, and in defense and in attack, because he might be defending in the Barcelona box when the Atletico Madrid attack, and 5 seconds or 10 seconds late he's getting into the box of Atletico Madrid. So he's covering a lot of room.
And that's a perfect example, Albert, of what the Spanish mean when they talk about a midfielder with llegada, isn't it? The ability to appear in the box at the right time.
Exactly.
And Vidal's done that time and time again, hasn't he?
And English were also the box-to-box player.
Yeah.
I mean, player who can even get into the box, attacking and defend into their own box. So he's fantastic. I think he gives a Barcelona to a different rhythm. Is I always say this. It's chaotic, but it's good for Barcelona. This little chaos, and he's helping a lot to the team.
Suarez, Vidal, Semedo, Busquets. Semedo again. Busquets off balance, but finds Puig, who gets away from Partey, who completely takes Ricky Puig out. That's a free kick. He got away from Thomas Partey. Partey didn't let him get any further. Free kick to Barcelona.
What a piece of skill, by the way.
From Busquets. Oh yeah, but lovely this Busquets too, and that. And Partey's response is to bring down Puig, and an opportunity from another set piece for Barcelona with 4 minutes to go until half time, and the score at 1-1. Jana Black trying to organise things. What will Leo Messi do this time? Thomas, Saul and Diego Costa forming a wall outside the penalty area. That gives you an idea of the distance this one is, 27 metres. Nobody doubts Messi can hit the target, but can you hit the target and beat Jana Black from that distance, or does Messi have something else up his sleeve? Looking calm. Takes a slight deflection, and Black saved it. But boy, oh boy, he had to work to do so. Brilliant free kick from Messi. Just takes a deflection off Saul, I believe. Wrong-footed Black. away from the Atletico area by Jan Black. That's a good ball on. Messi taking on Lodi, gets into the area, looking for Suarez, but only finding Jimenez, who clears it into touch. Look at what a nasty deflection that is, and how brilliantly Jan Black was able to readjust after being wrong-footed there. Fine save from possibly the best shot stopper in Europe, I suspect.
Well, it's no doubt he's one of the best goalkeepers in football. So, and saving and giving a lot of points to Atletico de Madrid. That all team really defended very well, but on top of that, they have a top goalkeeper to save these kind of situations.
The 45 minutes are up, 4 minutes have been added. Simeone, as always, very active on the sidelines, looking for his first La Liga win against Barcelona.
I think it's time for Atletico Madrid, Simon, to, you know, hold the ball, try to keep it as long as possible. They are not as fresh, they don't have these clear ideas they had at the beginning of the first half. So it's more difficult for them now to find the strikers, to put some some passes in a row, and now it's time to defend. I mean, there are some moments in the game that you can see that you can harm the opposition by having the ball, and there are some moments where you see and you feel the opposition is better than you, and these are the moments where you really have to defend very well, very tight. It's 3 minutes to the halftime, and now what they don't want is to concede another goal before the halftime, so they should be good in defense now.
Rakitic losing out to Saul. Saul trying to get outside Rakitic, who's grabbing quite a bit of Saul's shirt, and the linesman suggesting that should be a goal kick. Well, we saw referee Hernandez talking to Diego Costa, calming him down. Costa not a man to let a decision that he feels goes against him. He's not a man to let that go and calmly take it in a philosophical fashion. And I think referee Hernandez just telling him to button his lip a bit.
And how important is Diego Costa as a reference, Simon? When Atletico have problems to attack, at the moment that they feel pressed from Barcelona, they just look for Diego Costa. He comes to the ball, he holds it, they play it back, and this is fantastic. To have a striker always available to receive the ball when you are in trouble is top.
Felipe. Saul. Jimenez to Arias, back to Saul. Puig sprinting after the ball. It's played back to Oblak. That was awkward for Lodi, kept it in play. Simeone urging him forward. He finds Carrasco. And Tomas. Carrasco again. Lovely play from Yannick Carrasco. How he kept his balance. I don't know, he's going to try a shot. It's brilliantly blocked by Piqué. And Alba getting the foot out. It will be a corner. Listen to Alba and Piqué screaming. In the end, it's really well defended because that was an excellent attack. Carrasco, so difficult to get off the ball.
Yeah, they're asking for a handball.
Yep.
To Diego Costa, but I think it wasn't. When Carrasco had the shot a couple of seconds ago, I think it was Llorente who made that run forward, and if he passed the ball to him, he was onside. It would have been a 1v1 with Ter Stegen.
Well, presumably the last action of this half is going to be the corner for Atletico. Jimenez and Felipe have gone up for it. It's driven in low and cleared by Luis Suarez. Awkward for Tomas. This is Arias, being shadowed by Puig. Not a bad idea from Arias, didn't quite execute. Ter Stegen.
Nightmares creep bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Invincible. Hellcat. Running like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
With Llorente dropping and linking, they can play better football. Always playing inside, in between the lines. He moves well in short spaces. He receives good the ball, has a good control. He straight away he just turns and look forward. So he possibly is one of the best players of Atletico Madrid in these 45 minutes. Let's see if he's able to keep the rhythm, because he has to keep always Chelsea chasing Semedo like now. But I think he's one of the best players of Atletico Madrid so far.
The same 22 players that finished the first half start the second. Barcelona attacking the goal to the left of your screens. Good interception there by Arias. Correa on the ball. And he hesitates before letting that one go, and Riqui Puig was quickly in there with the challenge. It will be a throw to Atletico though. The question about Riqui Puig is whether he can last the whole 90 minutes. It's a big ask really against the physicality of a team like Atletico. Correa does well. It was rather,
you know, in the position where he has to stay in the build-up. Is the third centre back, always trying to help the centre back to the left side, never going forward, just covering Busquets all the time, because he knows that Riqui and Vidal most of the time they won't be there, so he's keeping the position very cleverly.
Vidal combining with Riqui Puig. Alba first time back in. Puig again. Here's Rakitic. Piqué, Rakitic again. Now Alba. Can't see a way through. Back to Rakitic, who sends it back to Ter Stegen. Piqué returning it to the keeper once more. Under pressure from Diego Costa. He looks to link with Jordi Alba. Neither Alba nor Arias got a touch, although Alba felt maybe that Arias did.
And good reaction from Atletico de Madrid. I mean, they considered a goal, but they just kept going, pressing high, you know, making life difficult for Barcelona. And well, this is the way. I mean, it is difficult to turn the situation around when Barcelona scored the second, as we can see Sarabia complaining on the bench. But it's perfect what they're doing.
Arturo Vidal. Under pressure from Carrasco, returns it to Ter Stegen, who plays it out quickly to Nelson Semedo. Vidal going with him on his right. Busquets caught, gives it away. Good work from Costa again. That's a risky ball. Felipe clears. And Joao Piqué able to watch it cross the line for a Barcelona throw. Busquets. Semedo into Messi. Messi found his route through, blocked by the towering presence of Thomas Partey. As Griezmann and Ansu Fati warm up, the two changes you said were perhaps likely to be in the forefront of Quique Setien's mind. Whether he brings them both on is a different question. Messi did really well, just couldn't quite get past Felipe. Costa finds Correa, lovely ball. Really good reactions again from Correa. Arias. Llorente returns it to Arias. Llorente goes down under the challenge of Piqué, but gets back to his feet. Arias with the cross. Costa's up there! And he got the better of Vidal and wasn't too far off the target. Simeone applauds as well he might. They are looking dangerous, Atletico, on the break, Albert, as you said.
Yeah, it's a fantastic counter-attack. Despite Rakitic was trying to help and trying to block Arias, the cross was very good. And it's strange that Diego Costa misses this ball because it was a clear challenge and he had time to think and he had advantage on Vidal. Well, it didn't hit the target, but it was a good piece of play from Atletico Madrid. As I said, after the reaction they had, it was very good, and they keep pushing, they keep attacking. At the moment that they have a space, they go. So well, this is the only way. I think it won't be useful to sit back and wait for Barcelona to have the possession, and I think they reacted pretty well.
The two fives clashing there, Busquets and Thomas. Busquets won the free kick. There's Piqué on the ball for Barcelona. Semedo gets it back from Busquets. Piqué again. Now Ter Stegen. Waits for Llorente to arrive, sends it long, where it's collected by Leo Messi. Messi seeing the arrival of Ricky Puig, who just about got on the end of it. What a ball for Messi. He's making a tremendous run, gets the toe of the right boot on it. Needed about 10 centimetres more pace to get behind the ball completely, Ricky Puig.
And it was a good play for Barcelona because Athletic pressed well, very high, and then when they did, they put two players at the same side. It was Messi, I think Suarez waiting for the ball on the right side. It was Messi the one who got the ball, and Ricky Puig saw the gap, saw the space, was running through the space. It is true that Arias reacted very well. The pass of Messi was very good, and unfortunately he couldn't control the ball, but a good counter-attack from Barcelona. It is good, this game, because at the moment that any of the teams leaves a space or there is a misunderstanding in the pressing, the other just take the advantage and can create a chance of goal within a minute.
Piqué for Barcelona, returning it to Ter Stegen again. Rakitic. Piqué brings the ball under control. Vidal looking to link with Semedo. No problems for Felipe. Turns it back to Oblak. Doesn't think too long before sending it sky high. It was one in the air by Busquets. A throw which Lodi will take for Atletico. Well, you'd expect the managers to start thinking about changes. They'll have been thinking for a long time, but those changes won't take too much longer to come, I suspect, I'll bet. There's Messi.
No, probably the team that needs it the most is Atletico de Madrid. I think they need some fresh legs. Even seen Felipe a little bit in trouble there and possibly out of rhythm a little bit. But they need to do something different. And I don't know if there is any player of Atletico de Madrid warming up. We've seen 2 players from Barcelona, but I don't know if there's some from Atleti. But they should be warming up.
Correa to Llorente. Now Saul. Caught by Puig, who's really taking his defensive duties seriously tonight. Arias. Saul to Thomas. Pulls away from Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig then runs into Arias and was sent flying a couple of steps backwards. Messi over the top. Suarez gets a touch. Doesn't have the pace of Felipe, though. Manages to get the ball back toward Black. Lodi. Messi takes it off him. And Messi not happy. Carrasco turns to the referee asking for a yellow card for laying for Ter Stegen, isn't it?
Yeah, because
got both hands on the ball.
Because it's very difficult to guess where the ball goes, but once you guessed it, I mean, not save it is even more frustrated. But well, 2-2, Atletico got the equalizer. We've seen Sergio Roberto that we had some doubts he will be fully fit. So we've seen Sergio Roberto will play as a left back.
Oh, it's given away by Busquets. Correa looking for Carrasco again. He brings it under control. Lays it off for Lodi. Lodi's drive in. Nobody on the other end of it. It'll be a goal kick, but looking very sharp now, Atletico, as Barcelona find themselves on the back foot. Just to confirm, Ivan Rakitic has been replaced by Sergio Roberto.
Well, it seems like Sergio Roberto would take that left back position, but no, he's taking Rakitic's position in midfield, so everything stays the same.
To throw to Barcelona. Well, with Coque absent through suspension, the performance tonight of Saul Niguez, assuming the responsibility, solid as a rock in midfield, is proving to be absolutely crucial. Puig leaves it for Suarez, who in turn picks out Jordi Alba. Ricky Puig again.
And Thomas Simon, I think
yes.
Both of them have worked very hard, considering they've been out of number most of the times in midfield, but they have defended pretty well, pretty tight. Well, possibly one of them too will be substituted. I don't think they'll last both of them for 90 minutes. Herrera should be coming on at some stage, but good work from both.
Arturo Vidal for Barcelona inside to Messi. And lovely play by Costa, helping out Carrasco there. Costa gets away from Vidal. Vidal fighting back, Costa holding on to the possession. Down he goes, and it's a free kick. You could hear the scream from Diego Costa. And you can hear Costa.
He said, "No me tocaste," you mean you didn't touch me? He's asking him.
Because he heard what Vidal said.
Yeah, he catches his
responds,
left foot.
"I never touched him, ref." "Oh, yes, you did." Well, he tries to avoid the touching him, doesn't he? He bends his both his legs at the knee.
Yeah,
tries to avoid the contact,
him.
but does catch him. And Costa's response, disbelief. How could anybody suggest Diego Costa took a dive? Certainly didn't on that occasion. It's a free kick to Atletico. Carrasco again, it's headed away by Jordi Alba. Lodi finds Carrasco once more. He can't bring it under control, but it'll be Atletico to continue the pressure on Barcelona. It's their throw. Simeone looking on. Carrasco causing all kinds of problems. Finds Costa. Thomas. Carrasco. Oh, that's superb from Gerard Piqué, collected by Puig. Puig finding Sergio Roberto. Now Messi. Sergio Roberto. Goes inside. Semedo.
Well, the difference between Sergio Roberto and Rakitic, talking about the substitution, is that Sergio Roberto can control and pass the ball, same as Rakitic, but he's more offensive. We will see him getting into the box, more times than Rakitic. He won't be so positional.
Messi's cross dealt with by Oblak. Sergio Roberto took part in the first 2 games after the restart. Had no protagonism in the next 3. A problem with his ribs, and now back for this second half for Barcelona, or the remaining quarter of the game. 66, nearly 67 on the clock. 2-2. Atletico twice go behind, twice equalised through Saul from the penalty spot. Great determination from Ricky Puig there to get away from Llorente. Messi. Back to Sergio Busquets. Puig. Semedo. Messi. Gets inside Lodi. Lovely angled chip into the box. Well dealt with by Arias. Busquets for Barcelona. Barcelona holding on to the ball, seeking to break down this red and white defence. Semedo finds Messi in the box. Vidal's cross. Arias there to clear, to put it behind for a corner. And just looking a bit sharper, the passing from Barcelona around the Atletico area in the last couple of minutes.
Yes, they feel comfortable, Simon, playing this way. They put a lot of players there. They find in his teammate very fast, and good defending also for Atletico de Madrid.
Messi with the corner. In swinger to the far post. A huge appeal from Rakitic amongst others that Gerard Piqué was fouled. Jimenez helping Piqué up.
Well, there is a contact there. I think Piqué, when he feel the contact, he just let himself down.
I mean, with the hands up and the going down, I think referee Hernandez felt that he was exaggerated, but Jimenez was on top of him.
And there is João Felix, I think.
Well, once again, we're looking at Costa quick to peel off him. Carrasco goes down. Play on, says referee Hernandez. Here's Lodi. Costa in the middle. João Felix calling for the cutback. João Felix tries a shot. Comfortable for Ter Stegen, but it's a shot on target for Atletico. They need a few more of those.
Yeah, but it was a good counter-attack. I mean, they found the free man, and João Felix is always available. Carrasco was available also, so the good counter-attack for Atletico de Madrid. Every time it's going to be more difficult because Barcelona send them 20 meters back, and they're basically defending on the edge of the 18-yard box. Not much room for Barcelona to play the ball in between the lines, but too far from Atletico de Madrid Barcelona goal. So well, there is another period. They're defending very, very deep, but it's very important at the moment that they regain the possession at the moment and get the ball back, to have either Costa or João Felix to be the best player to receive the ball and start to play the counter-attack. As I said, with Sergio Roberto is different. Now Atletico are finding a situation where Barcelona have one more midfielder, where Sergio Roberto is more offensive than Rakitic, and possibly there will be a situation of adding one more midfielder. They have Herrera on the bench. Possibly they could change the shape of the team, but now with Sergio Roberto, they're really out of number in midfield.
Busquets on the ball for Barcelona. Weighs up his options. Picks out Jordi Alba. Back to Busquets. Ricky Puig trying to link with Messi, but it was blocked by Thomas Partey. By João Felix for Atletico Madrid.
But this substitution of Rakitic for Sergio Roberto has been key, Simon.
It has.
Despite they're both midfielders, we know that Sergio Roberto is an attacking one. He's stepping into the box. He's participating in the build-up and in creation in midfield. So it's nothing to do with Rakitic, and I'm sure that the manager asked him to be offensive, not to keep position like Rakitic. So Barca. And that's why I said the option of Herrera, and just to add this third central midfielder to help a little bit in the defense.
Well, this one is fascinatingly poised. Barcelona will not want a repeat of the 2-2 scoreline from their trip up to Galicia against Celta Vigo. Morata has come on for Atletico. Diego Costa, who's just been the recipient of a yellow card, and still can't quite understand why. It seems it's not exactly like for like, two very different kind of strikers. Costa all about emotion and physicality. Morata at times seems almost emotionless, but can be lethal, as João Felix does really well to get away from Puig and Piqué. Thomas, good ball. Carrasco brings it under control, gets into the area. Arturo Vidal there to clear.
But Morata is going to give Atletico Madrid some, forward runs, and Diego Costa is more like a holding striker. I mean, friends, he doesn't make so many runs to the space like Morata. And now it's 15 minutes to go. Barcelona defending. Watch out! This offside of Carrasco. But it's not only what Morata does with this running for himself. I mean, he can receive the ball, but at the moment that he makes a run, he takes.
He'll have to take that again. Quite an excess of handbags in the Atletico area. Arias and Vidal, pure as the driven snow, both of them. Messi will have another opportunity to deliver. We're into the last 10. Back to Sergio Roberto. Gerard Piqué. Vidal. Semedo. Returns it to Vidal. Into Busquets. The first time ball from Busquets without looking. Just failing to link with Messi on that occasion. Correa back to Thomas. Thomas not taking any risks, nor is Jana Black. He sends it long in the vain hope that Carrasco can get on the end of it. Throw into Barcelona.
Well, it's a time to stretch. Atletico Madrid try to be a little bit forward, not to drop so much, but again, we've seen when Barcelona have the ball, they keep dropping, and they will be defending again. width in midfield. You have the diamond, everybody inside. The width is being done by the fullback, so you don't need to have two players wide in any of the flanks. So I think it's worked pretty well. It's another option for future games and for the future. But it is true that when you have a player, a very specialist like Ansu Fati, you should go back to the 4-3-3.
Brilliant from Ricky Puig, just avoiding every single challenge from Partey and Arias. Messi, Vidal up for it again, collected by Jano Black. Albert, 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes plus however much time is added. Playing against his former club, Antoine Griezmann, who cost such a large amount of money. What do you think he must be feeling to see the teenager come on ahead of him?
Well, he must be feeling very sad and frustrated. At the end of the day, when he signed for Barcelona, he wasn't one of the top sides. Watch out with Morata.
Morata, Longley sticking with him. Morata, time to look up. Lodi in the area, so too is Lemar. Stays on his feet, Morata, does really well. The shot blocked. Still Atletico come. In the end, Piqué there to block. Lodi. Vidal doing good, sterling defensive work there. Atletico insisting. João Felix to Lemar. Ansu Fati with the block. Piqué clears. Vidal goes down. Buys the free kick. And they needed it. Vitolo just catching him from behind. And Barcelona in trouble there, I think, for a moment, Albert.
Yeah, this is perfect what Atletico Madrid are trying. As you said, the two wings are fresh and they're gonna fly forward when they have the option, and then was Vitolo and then Lemar. So Barcelona have to be very concentrated also not to concede any of these counter-attacks. And what you were saying about Griezmann, it is true that Griezmann, if you think only if you want to make an impact in the substitutions and change the situation, Fati is more an option than Griezmann in the moment.
Great work from Semedo, who then kind of spoils it by hitting it straight at Saul. Here's Ansu Fati. Arias managing to prevent his progression down the left. Throw quickly taken. Jordi Alba. Longley back to Marc-André ter Stegen. Here's Longley. Solid performance from him tonight. He did well to find Suarez, who led it back to Vidal. Vidal finding Semedo. Semedo's cross. Ansu Fati under it. Showing strength and huge determination there, the youngster. And really overpowering Arias. They're fouling him in the process. Just over. Vidal makes way, replaced by Antoine Griezmann, who gets to play stoppage time, basically.
It's a strange substitution because Vidal still was getting into the box and creating problems. In any cross, he can be there and score. And Antoine now for 3 minutes. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Thomas with the shot, off target. 4 minutes added. We're into the first of them. Puig on the ball. It's been very active indeed tonight. Alba. Griezmann's first touch. He's dispossessed by Lemar. Griezmann chasing back and winning the ball back. Fortunately for him, Alba. Lovely work from Messi. Can't quite find him though with the return ball. Antoine Griezmann. Barcelona win it straight back. Sergio Roberto. There's one for Ansu Fati to chase, and for once Ansu Fati didn't anticipate the through ball from Sergio Roberto, I think.
Yeah, but it was very concentrated. I mean, Arias reacted very well, and but to be honest, having a fantastic game, because possibly Trippier was the the first option there in the right back, and he's been outstanding. Not too much in attack because Lodi has attacked more than him, but in defense has been good.
Brilliant from Fati, combining there with Suarez, just failing to make the final connection. Good work from Morata, holding the ball up well, finds Lemar. Lemar looking for Lodi. Lodi keeps the ball in play. Didn't have any forward momentum though. That's a good ball. Lemar, still Lemar, cuts it back towards João Felix, and Jordi Alba got an absolutely crucial touch. Sprints out, finds Ricky Puig. It's wide open right now, or as they say in Spanish, it's broken the game. Who will it suit better for the closing couple of minutes? Messi, Griezmann, Semedo.
And look how quick Atletico Madrid put all his men behind the ball.
Or how slow Barcelona were in moving from defence to attack. Alba. Langley. Here's Messi. Griezmann. Just nonchalantly took it off his feet there, Thomas Partey. I wonder if the Atletico players are remembering the Wanda Metropolitano 0-0 until the moment of Messi madness or Messi magic, as Lemar penalised, and we'll see a yellow card for that challenge.
Well, I think he had to do it because Griezmann, Fati was gone. Due how quick he is and how easily he takes players on. And well, it might be the last opportunity for Barcelona in case they don't score. Simon, is not a good result for Barcelona.
It's not. They needed a win for Atletico. It's a perfectly acceptable away draw to the La Liga champions, if not leaders. And I think if it ends up like this, Atletico will be the happier of the two. But Leo Messi ponders this free kick. And it's headed clear by Thomas Partey. It'll be a Barcelona throw. Last chance saloon for Barcelona.